What is up, guys? Randomodium here, and I'm a little bit hesitant to post this video because I know it's a controversial subject right now, and I'm not one who really likes drama, and I know that I'm most likely going to get a lot of hate about this video. However, seeing a lot of these events unfold the way it has, watching all the videos, reading all these comments, it has really kind of filled me actually with a lot of sadness. And I felt kind of a bit of a personal obligation to kind of weigh in on this topic. And my goal is to hopefully improve the situation and kind of, hopefully help people try to see the other side. Because it seems like a lot of people are just on one side or the other 100%. And it's not that simple and it's not that clear cut. So, the way I'm going to break down this video is I'm first going to give you a general overview of the situation. Then I'm going to give you some background on myself and why I'm a good person to kind of talk about this topic and give advice. Then I'm going to give you guys a complete timeline of all of the facts that have been released by both Ghost and Lozo. And then finally, I'll end the video with my opinion on what has been said and what advice I would give to both Ghost and Lozo or any of their fans regarding this situation. So, for those of you who don't know, there's been kind of an ongoing battle between two YouTubers, Ghost to Lane and Lozo. Kind of the general gist of the argument is that Lozo posted a very similar video to Ghost a couple days after he did, and Ghost basically accused him of stealing his idea. There was a lot of arguments and insults thrown back and forth across Twitter and multiple follow-up videos. Ghost's gaming network filed a copyright infringement complaint against Lozo with YouTube, and then Lozo intentionally posted videos that were near identical to Ghost, kind of mocking him and insulting him. And yeah, there's been a lot of insults and nasty things said about both people on both sides. So anyway, why am I posting this video and why am I posting it now? Why didn't I just post it when the story first broke? So I'm posting this video because the situation is not black and white, and I'm posting the situation now because I wanted to give both sides a chance to kind of state their side of the story and try and get as many facts as I could before I tried to draw any conclusions on what happened, right? Because none of us have the complete picture. Only, Lozo and Ghost have, the whole story. All we have is what they give us. So Lozo's not 100% right or wrong. Ghost isn't 100% right or wrong. Both sides have some good points, and both sides are in completely different ways, really out of line. And I'm hoping that I can interject some reason and some unbiased opinion into this debate, rather than both sides just trading insults and accusations back and forth. So, why should you listen to this video? Why should you care about my opinion? I'm not, some huge YouTuber. I'm not, some challenger level player. Both Ghost and Lozo have a lot more subscribers than me, and they're better League players than me, and I'll freely admit that. However, having a lot of subscribers or being really good at a video game doesn't mean that you necessarily know everything about the video game or that you're always right about topics regarding this video game, including this argument. What I have that is really useful in this situation is I have a lot of life experience. I've been in situations like these countless times, and I've seen how ugly it can get. So a little bit of background on me is that I'm 31 years old. I am a active duty naval officer with 8 years of experience. I have a bachelor's and a graduate degree in mechanical engineering. I've been in charge of 5 divisions in the Navy at one time, responsible for over 60 people, and I had over $400 million worth of equipment that I was in charge of. In both high school and in college, I was the head of both the mentoring and the tutoring programs on campus. And in the Navy, I've trained over 100 sailors. I've also taught science and math at a shelter home for runaway and abused kids who are trying to get their life back on track. Essentially, I have over 15 years of experience just mentoring and tutoring people. It really is like one of my passions in life. And I'm not trying to say all of this to brag. I'm saying all of this to show you guys that I am genuinely here to help. Like, my YouTube has always been and will always be about trying to help people. And it doesn't matter if that person is, somebody trying to get out of bronze, or if it's somebody who's trying to understand the esports scene better, or if it's a famous YouTuber who's having an argument with somebody. It doesn't matter who you are, I'm going to try and help you if I think I can. So I'm not here to point fingers, I'm not here to take sides. I'm here to try and help both sides acknowledge when the other side makes a good argument, and then also give you guys some tough love when you're out of line. I'm going to call out both people. I'm going to call out Lozo and I'm going to call out Ghost to Lane. And I'm not doing it because I'm trying to attack either of you. I'm not doing it to say you're a bad person. I'm doing it because it needs to be done, and hopefully you'll admit it. You'll take responsibility for your actions like an adult, and you'll admit how you were wrong. That's the only way that this issue is ever going to get resolved in a way that both sides feel satisfied. You both have to swallow your pride, be the bigger man, and be willing to admit that mistakes were made. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to go through all of the nitty-gritty details and hopefully stop this circle jerk that's been going on both sides. If I leave out any details that you guys feel like are important, it's not because I'm trying to be manipulative or trying to persuade you to one side or the other. It's just because I'm human and I make mistakes. I think I have all the facts, but if I leave any out, just feel free to fact check me in the comments below, and I'll try to add annotations or something. My goal with all of this is trying to have an unbiased opinion and really try to get to the root causes of all this and what the solution is. So the general timeline is that on August 27th, Ghost posted his first 1v1 video. So I'm going to use Epic Pen. This is the first video he posted that I have circled right here. This Diamond Wukong versus Bronze Wukong. And throughout the next couple weeks, he would post other videos. Diamond Elise versus Bronze Elise. He kind of made a couple of these different videos, but this is the first time that he did like a 1v1 video. And these videos were all to first blood. So he would just basically, 1v1 in mid lane. Whoever got first blood first would win, very similar to kind of like the All-Stars would do it in the 1v1 tournament. So they weren't like highlights of full games or anything like that. So then on October 11th, Ghost posted his first 1v3 video. So that's the one that's right here. And this is the video that is creating a lot of the controversy. Was this video that he posted on October 11th. I think I said October 12th. It was actually October 11th. So this was very similar in format to the 1v1 and the 1v2 games, except it was just a 1v3. So 3 people in one lane versus 1 person. And they just played to first blood. So on October 12th, Lozo posted a video that was 3 diamond versus 5 silver players. So this was from the thumbnail, it kind of looks similar to what Ghost has been doing, but that really is the only thing that was similar between these 2 videos. Unlike Ghost's video, Lozo's video is like an entire gameplay video. It wasn't to first blood. It was highlights of the entire game, and they were playing all lanes. They weren't just in one lane. So kind of similar in concept, but really not that close. Then we have Ghost to Lane. If I can go back to the right thing. All right, so Ghost to Lane after that did a video where he did 1 versus 5. So 1 diamond versus 5 silvers, and this was all 5 of the silvers were in one lane, were in mid lane against the 1 diamond player. And this was another video that was just to first blood. So all of these videos that Ghost to Lane does are always to first blood. while a lot of the videos that Lozo seems to be posting were like highlights of full game commentaries. So on October 15th, we had Lozo post another video, which was a 2v5, 2 diamond versus 5 bronze. And this was a full game commentary that was just the highlights of the full game. So on October 16th, this was the first time that Lozo posted a video that was like the First Blood format that was similar to what Ghost to Lane did. And that was a diamond versus a platinum player 1v1. And it was kind of a funny video. It wasn't meant to be serious. They were playing kind of trolly picks like Thresh and Bard and Ivern. But it was a funny video, but that was like the first one that Lozo posted that was similar to Ghost to Lane's First Blood format. All right. Then on October 17th, Ghost to Lane posted this video, which was the Master Lee Sin versus Diamond Lee Sin video. This one isn't really important until we get a little bit later into the conversation, but that happened on October 17th. So both of them keep posting these videos back and forth. And then on October 20th, Lozo posts this video, which is 1 diamond player versus 3 silver players. And this is the video that Ghost says that Lozo stole. It was pretty much an identical format to the video that Ghost posted right here. The 1 diamond Maokai versus 3 gold players. And that was the first time that Lozo had posted a video like that. Usually he was doing the videos where it was like the highlights of a full game commentary. He wasn't really known for having multiple people in one lane, while Ghost Lane was known for that. That said, that doesn't necessarily mean that, Ghost Lane owns that idea, right? I mean, pretty much everything that we do on YouTube is, has been done before. There's no new ideas. But that's where the argument started. So on October 20th, Ghost Lane posted this first video about how Lozo and Brofesco abused the channel, basically accusing him of stealing the video and posting some of the conversations that they had. All right, and then this follow-up video was posted the next day on October 21st, talking about how Lozo called Ghost mentally disabled on Twitter. So that was kind of more fuel to the fire. And then on October 21st, Lozo did this parody video where he had Diamond Lee Sin versus Master Lee Sin that was basically identical to a video that Lozo made, or correction, that Ghost made, but Lozo was just making fun of Ghost, saying that he wasn't a real diamond player and things like that. So, yep, more fuel added to the fire with that one. And then on the 21st, Lozo finally posted his side of the story in this video, and he showed the entire conversation between Ghost to Lane and Lozo, which was definitely very good, but there was also some things that he did very badly in that video. And then the final thing that really happened was Ghost to Lane posted a response video to Lozo's video, basically, rejecting a lot of his arguments and things like that. So there have also been a lot of tweets that have been going back and forth. We got, here's Ghost to Lane's Twitter, and, he's talking about a lot of different things that Lozo has said to him. And we've also got Lozo's Twitter, where he's accusing Ghost of being racist and other things like that. and making quite a few comments about that. So yeah, not good stuff happening on either side. Um, but that's basically it as far as the videos and the Twitter is concerned. And I'm also going to put up some images that I have of the entire conversation that Lozo posted in his video. Um, that was like the full conversation before Ghost Lane posted his accusing video. So the conversation starts out with Ghost basically accusing um, Lozo of stealing his video. So that's not a very good start to the conversation. We don't have any conversation before this, so I have to assume that that's the first thing that they said between each other. Um, so that's not a good start. You don't want to start off just by accusing someone of stealing your stuff. You might want to be like, "Hey, man, did you know that you just posted a video that was near identical to mine?" And see how they react. Don't instantly assume that somebody's stealing your stuff, right? Give them at least the benefit of the doubt. And then Lozo definitely doesn't help the situation by saying that he called him out and it's not your idea and things like that. I haven't been able to find anything where Ghost called out Lozo. I haven't been able to find any Facebook posts or anything like that where Ghost called out Lozo before this stuff happened. But it's actually kind of really difficult to tell where these or when these conversations happen, because if you look at the timestamps underneath the messages, they say October 17th, and the video that Lozo was accused of copying didn't come out to the 20th. So this is one thing that I'm very confused about, that I would love it if somebody could clear this up for me, is why are these messages from the 17th when the video in question wasn't posted till the 20th? That doesn't make any sense unless, the Twitter settings were messed up or something like that. So yeah, that's something I can't explain. But yeah, if Ghost or Lozo want to explain it, or one of their viewers want to explain it, I'd be very happy if they did that. So the conversation continues. Ghost says he's going to make a video about Lozo. Lozo says, do whatever you want. And then Ghost threatens to copyright strike him. Ghost, says, you don't know how it works. And the conversation continues, and it doesn't look good for either of them. To be honest, neither of them are being very mature about either of this stuff. At the top, you can see Lozo is saying that he's going to make a 1 challenger versus 5 players video, which was identical to a video that Ghost Lane just posted. And then we see down here towards the end, Ghost says, Lozo, let's talk one-on-one, let's settle this. And Lozo says there's nothing to settle. I definitely like the fact that Ghost is trying to fix this, but you've already kind of burned the bridge by this point. In order, if you really wanted Lozo to come to the table and actually kind of settle that, then you're gonna have to do a lot more than that. So it was definitely an attempt, but I definitely think it was kind of a misguided attempt, and Lozo definitely, wasn't really helping the situation by just basically saying there's nothing to settle. When there obviously is something to settle. There's obviously a beef between you two, so just admit it. Call a duck a duck. No reason not to. And then Ghost says, "Can I get credit for the 1v3, please?" And Lozo says no. And that's pretty much the end of it. So, yeah, that's the conversation. Definitely a bit weird that the conversation says it's from the 17th when the video wasn't posted the 20th. I can't explain that at all. I'm hoping somebody else can, because I certainly can't explain why the date discrepancy. So anyway, those are all the facts, and I want you guys to draw your own conclusions based on those facts. I think that I've presented every single piece of evidence that both sides have given. If I didn't, please let me know and I'll try to add something. So here's what I feel. Here's my opinion on the facts that have been presented and the advice that I would give to both Ghost Lane and to Lozo. So first to Ghost, in regards to Lozo stealing your idea. There's no such thing as an original idea. I guarantee you that I can go through every one of your videos, I can go through every one of Lozo's videos, I can go through every one of my videos, and I can find someone who did a similar video before all of us on the same topic. It may not even be the same game, but there are no original ideas. All right. And just because I can do that doesn't mean that you stole the ideas from other people. All right. You know, great minds think alike. And you can't just go around saying that people are stealing your stuff. All right. Even if you went to another YouTuber's page, liked the concept of one of their videos, and then made a similar video, I wouldn't call that stealing. All right. That's just, taking someone's idea, right? And trying to make it your own, trying to stand on their shoulders and do something better. I mean, imitation is the highest form of flattery. And I feel like you really kind of degrade your argument by focusing on the whole Lozo stole from me and it's my idea. Yeah, that just really kind of undermines you. What you should have been focusing on is that he made a video that was near identical to yours in concept, including format and thumbnail, less than a week after you. That's a good argument. That's a really strong argument. You can be like, what the hell, man? You never posted anything like this before, and then less than a week after I post a video, you post it too? Come on now, man. I mean, just at least give me some credit that you got inspiration from me. I'm not going to say you stole from me, but you at least got some inspiration from me, and maybe we can, work together and, try to promote each other's channels. All right? Furthermore, you completely botched how you handled the situation when you talked to him, like on Twitter, private messages. The first communication between you and Lozo is just you accusing him of stealing your stuff, pretty much, of stealing your idea. Like this right here, this guarantees that he's going to respond back, not in a good way, right? If you come in and you start antagonizing someone, they are most likely going to respond back by escalating the situation, antagonizing you back. It would have been much better if you had just come in and said, hey man, you posted a video that's near identical to mine. Did you use my video as inspiration? Like, what happened? Like, how did this happen? You might say it's like playing dumb, but it's not. All right, you just given him the benefit of the doubt. And regardless of what he says, you should be like, all right, even if he says, yeah, man, your video was awesome and I really want to do something similar, you shouldn't be like, man, you stole my idea. How could you do that? You should say like, oh, wow, that's really great. Like, I'm so honored that you really liked my video. Hey, man, maybe we can, link each other's videos and do a collaboration video. All right. You have to remember, like, imitation is the best form of flattery. So you shouldn't be offended if somebody uses your idea. I can understand you being offended because he won't acknowledge that it was your idea, but you kind of did that to yourself by acting the way you did in this first dialogue with Lozo. That said, Lozo's not without blame either. So we're gonna go into that a little bit more. All right. So Lozo's response video. So, in this video, you call Ghost a bitch, a fucker, a motherfucker, a fake, lame, among dozens of other insults. Alright, if this was taped, like, in the heat of the moment, if you, like, were having, like, a face-to-face confrontation with him and you called him with some of those insults, then, like, maybe I could understand that. But that wasn't the case with this video, alright? This video was shot and edited and reviewed by you. Like, you had like hours to think about what you were saying in this video. And I really have no idea what you were thinking trying to upload the video in its current form. Every single good point that you make in your video, and you do make some good points, is completely negated by you insulting Ghost. All right, you really need to understand that insulting someone or engaging in personal attacks doesn't strengthen your arguments, it weakens them. If you've turned on to like a political debate, for example, since it's an election year, and one of the candidates was calling the other candidate a motherfucker and a bitch, would you be more likely to vote for that candidate or less likely? My guess is you'd probably say, wow, that person's really unprofessional. I definitely don't want them in the White House. So I can understand that you're pissed off, and I can understand you feel like you're being attacked by ghosts, and that you're like, I didn't mean to do this. I'm not stealing this stuff. I can understand. I understand that that's emotional when somebody's kind of like questioning your integrity, but you need to keep your emotions in check, especially when you can just redo the video if you mess up and start getting emotional. There's no reason why you should have post an emotional video like that where you're just throwing down f bombs and insults every 5 seconds. It's just very unprofessional. Um, that said, once you get past all the insults, you do have some good points. All right, like I already said, you're right that no one can own a particular type of video. I think we've exhausted that topic ad nauseum. That said, it's pretty weird that you uploaded something just a couple days after than him that's near identical. All right, if you saw his video and drew inspiration from it, then just give him credit where credit is due. All right, that's the gentlemanly thing to do. It doesn't take anything away from your video by saying, "Hey, this other guy did a really cool video. You should check it out." Um, your whole argument of he doesn't credit others, so I'm not going to credit him, is also just like really flimsy. All right. Um, I haven't been able to find a single video on Ghost channel where he uploaded a near identical video just days after someone else did. Sure, some of his videos might have been similar to ones done like months or years before, but that's a pretty ridiculous standard to expect him to give like a shout out to another video that was done that long ago. Conversely, like if you upload a video just days after someone else, you probably should give a shout out to them because it's pretty obvious that inspired you, right? But if it's been months or years since that video was put out, there's you can't expect them to like give credit to that. That's just really absurd. Um, Also, your argument is essentially just kind of like an eye for an eye, right? Oh, he doesn't give credit, so I'm not going to give him credit. Two wrongs don't make a right. Just because he didn't credit someone doesn't mean you shouldn't credit him, especially if you drew inspiration from him and you posted the video only days after than him. I mean, you shouldn't. You should always treat others how you want to be treated, not necessarily how they treat other people, right? You wouldn't want him to steal a video concept from you. You wouldn't want him to post an identical video to the one you did. So why would you do it to him? So that said, one of the things that I really liked that you did in your response video is that you posted the full chat between you and Ghost. That's something that he didn't do, and I'm really glad that you did that. That shows a lot of transparency, and I agree that Ghost is being really selective in what messages he posted in his videos, which is kind of ironic because in his video, Ghost is basically saying, I want you all to make your own opinions, but I'm only going to provide you with part of the story. All right. People can't form a valid opinion if you only give them part of the story. You have to give them, the complete story, or you just admit that you're being biased. You can't have it both ways. That's kind of like having like a panel discussion on foreign policies and only having one political party represented on the panel. It's kind of BS. You can't say you're unbiased and then only have one political viewpoint being represented. Conversely, you did provide all of the information, which, as I said, I'm really happy you did, but you didn't let people draw their own conclusions. You basically said either you're with me or you're against me. And you did this while you were just constantly bashing Ghosts in every way that you could. And then you also kind of insinuated that if, people dislike your videos or if people, disagreed with what you said or what you did, that they're not like true fans of you or something like that. Like your true friends and your true fans are the people who don't mindlessly agree with you. All right. If somebody just mindlessly agrees with you, they're not a true friend. Like a true friend is going to let you know when you fucked up. A true friend is going to let you know when you're out of line because they want to be honest with you. Like the most important thing in friendship is honesty. So you should be wanting honest feedback from your fans and from your friends. You shouldn't just want them to just agree with you no matter what. Right? You want them to be empathetic towards you and you want them to understand your viewpoint, but if they disagree with you, you should be receptive to that feedback. Um, So, Lozo, you did one thing right and one thing wrong. Ghost, you did one thing right and you did one thing wrong. So you're both at a 50%. The problem is that 50% is a failing grade. So both your videos made it look like you guys weren't being completely honest or being completely, forthcoming in your videos. So you should always try to give your viewers a complete, unbiased, just the most unbiased information you can. Just post the whole story or post none of it. You can't go in between, and you should never tell your viewers what to believe. Let them draw their own conclusions. Your viewers are smart. They can, make their own decisions. All right. By providing only partial information or resorting to like petty attacks, you showed that both of you were trying to cover your asses and like just point the finger at the other person. Just come clean and let the public decide. All right. That's really what everybody wants. Like, and even if you messed up, as long as you're honest about it, most people aren't going to hold a grudge against you. So this brings me to the next point that I have about Lozo's video, where he actually admits to calling Ghost mentally disabled. And I'm really glad that you owned up to it, but don't try to defend yourself in the very next sentence. All right, I gave you massive props that you actually owned up to it. And then you completely just lost it immediately when you tried to explain how it was justified. It was fucked up that you called him mentally disabled. I know it's fucked up that you called him mentally disabled. Everyone knows that it's fucked up that you called him mentally disabled. To admit you said it and then try to justify it by saying you really believe it is just absurd. All right, just be freaking honest with yourself and your fans and say, yeah, that was messed up. I was pissed off and I shouldn't have said that. That's what a real man does. That's, a real adult, a real man, someone with integrity owns up to their mistakes. They don't try to justify them or point fingers at other people saying, oh, he's manipulating you. Just, watch out. So, all right. So, in conclusion, you're both right and you're both wrong. You both got egg on your face. You both got blood in your hands. Ghost, you don't own 1v3s. And you shouldn't attack someone just because they post a video similar to you. Even if they post that video like a day or two after than you. Like, you don't just go attacking people. You always got to give them the benefit of the doubt. Lozo, if you drew inspiration from Ghost's video, then you should give him credit, alright? If you didn't draw inspiration from his video, then you should explain where you drew your inspiration from, because it looks shady. And if you just explained, like, hey man, no, I had this idea for a while, I'm sure the Ghost would listen to you. He's not going to just say, oh no, you're a liar or something like that. Just be honest and open about it. Don't be confrontational. Speaking of confrontation, Ghost, you need to work on how you confront people. The way you approached Lozo in that initial, message you sent to him was extremely antagonizing and pretty much guaranteed that you two were going to get into a huge fight. If I came at you accusing you of stealing like one of my videos, how would you respond? You'd probably respond the exact same way. So you got to treat people with respect if you want to get respect in return. And if you instantly just assume the worst in somebody, then they're probably just going to tell you to go screw yourself. And that's exactly what happened. So I think a lot of this could have been avoided if you approached Lozo in a different way. Even if you think he wronged you, and even if you think that, you were in the right, you can't just, go off accusing people of stuff. You always got to try and be respectful and humble and kind to people. And then Lozo, you should never resort to insults to try and make a point. The facts should speak for themselves. Don't try to justify something that was clearly out of line, like calling them mentally disabled. Don't try to justify calling somebody a bitch or a motherfucker. There's just no justification for it. It just makes you look really immature and really unprofessional. So, in conclusion, you both need to grow up and you both need to start acting like adults. I understand you guys are young, but you're pretty much adult. If you're not already adults, you need to start acting like it. Admitting your mistakes is not a weakness, it's a strength. All right, it takes a whole lot more courage to stand up and admit that you fucked up than it takes to just point your finger at somebody else and whine about all the things that they did wrong. Own your own mistakes and learn from them. I honestly wish you guys both the best of luck. I'm not trying to bash you guys. I really am doing this, out of respect, and I'm really doing this, because I want to hopefully make you guys better and hopefully help you see the errors of your ways. Um, and I hope that this dispute allows you to become a better person, but it's only going to allow you to become a better person if you actually own your mistakes and move forward from them. You need to bury the hatchet. You need to be the better person. I strongly recommend you guys to just freaking apologize to each other. Just be honest and then do a collaboration video or something. All right. Hell, you could even 1v1 each other, or some other type of fun video, just so long as you guys don't, make it too competitive or act like an ass when you beat, the other person. So if you're not willing, if I can't convince you to do it for each other, at least do it for your freaking fans. I mean, you need to set the example. There's a lot of people who look up to you, and you should show them that even if you have a fight with someone, that you can overcome it, you can admit that you made a mistake, and you can still be professional and move on rather than just holding a grudge against someone. But, that's just my 2 cents. You can live your own lives and do whatever you want, but, you know, I'm rooting for you guys. I'm hoping for the best. I hope you guys will actually resolve this confrontation in a professional and adult manner. But yeah, I hope all of you guys have a great day. I hope you guys all really enjoyed this video. And this is Randmonium signing off.